Lit lovers, welcome back to Crown Brown Books with your girl T. Thank you to all of you who have commented and liked, but more so commented on the last video. I appreciate you. It was good to hear the responses to what you feel and believe that friendship is all about, loyalty. So here's part two to Let's Talk Friends. We're going to talk about Malika. We're going to talk about Miss Saunders. We're going to talk about what we would and would not do for friends. So stay tuned. Please enjoy the video. And don't forget to comment at the end of the video. There's a question of the day and there's a word of the day. So make sure you pay attention to those two things and respond. Thank you so much and enjoy. Now, just look at the cover. I know the words are backwards. But the skin I'm in by Sharon G. Flake. This book was very touching on so many levels. Now, this is where, as for females, and I was able to relate to some parts of the book. Main character, Malika, she's tall, she's very skinny, very dark, and this book talks about skin, and its context is really focused on colorism, light skin versus dark skin versus brown skin, and friendships, and things that we would and would not do for friends and friendships, and to be included and feel a part and feel accepted. Like all of these self-esteem issues. So the main character, Malika, I'm almost done with my food. It's so good. This butter sauce is slapping. But the main character, Malika, comes from a very poor family. Her father died when she was young. After the dad died, her mom really went through it. Her mom was depressed, wouldn't eat, wouldn't sleep. The mom was just going through it, and they really didn't have much family to depend on and for support during that time. I got food on my shirt. However, Malika's tall, like I said, very dark, full lips, very skinny. So of course she's often teased, she's often bullied. Not only does she suffer with these physical features of being tall, being skinny, being dark, very dark, having full big lips, juicy lips as we would call them today, but at this point in time, Malika's like, no. And of course she's in middle school, 7th grade, and around that time you're like 12 or 13, depending on when your birthday falls. So it's self-esteem, it's self-acceptance and self-awareness, and knowing who you are, and like the title of the book, knowing the skin that you are in. And Malika, like I said, she's the only child, just her and her mom. Her mom makes her clothes. Her mom sews everything for her. She can't stand it. She hates her clothes. She wants to feel pretty. She doesn't feel pretty, not one day, when she's leaving her house. Now, of course, she goes to school. Malika has friends, and she has a best friend, Sweets, who goes to a private gifted school that Malika was accepted in, but she felt if she would have attended that school, she would have been an outcast. So she didn't go. Good on. Of course, Malika's in school, and she has a friend, a so-called friend. This girl named Char, that's her name. Her full name is Charlize. And Charlize is a child who has lost both parents at a young age in a car accident. Her older sister Juju raises her, and Char has the best clothes, expensive clothes, fine clothes, and whatever she doesn't want or whatever she is tired of wearing, she gives to Malika. And Malika will do anything and everything to maintain her friendship, her loyalty, and receive these clothes and gifts from Shar. Like anything. So let's keep in mind, Malika is the poor girl, skin on men. Shar, the friend with all the money, all the fame. She's pretty, fly clothes. She gives her clothes to Malika from time to time. The twins, Raze and Raina. They have money, they're cute, they're pretty, they have boyfriends, they wear nice clothes. So everyone around Malika is beautiful. Everyone around Malika gets attention. Everyone around Malika, they have nice clothes. They're not dark as she is. They're not bullied. But you know what they don't have? Brains. They don't have ethics. They don't have wisdom. They don't have the knowledge to pass a class like Malika. Malika is the gifted one. She's the talented one. She's the one who is book smart. Yes, she's tall, she's dark, she's poor. Everyone knows her backstory. So, of course, there's always the bully in the book. Always a bully in the book, y'all. It's just like the movies. There's always one. Just like in real life, in school. I see it every day working with the kids. There's always one. Usually it's more than one nowadays, but always one. So, the bully in this book is John John. Yeah, John John is his name. We already know any child, whether it's a boy or a girl, that has that double name, John John, Ray Ray, Tata, KK, Lulu, Bam Bam. Those double names, they gotta go. Those kids are out of control. They hardened. They don't listen. They got issues. It's a problem. The JJs, the Ray Rays, the TTs. We already know. Anyone that I missed, you fill in the blank, they are a problem. So they go on a school trip. They're on a bus. Remember what Malika looks like. She's tall. She's very skinny. She's dark skin, big lips. So here's John John. He wants to be on the bus. And he wants to make a fool of himself, singing a song about Malika. Oh, you ugly, dark and ugly, big lips, whatever the song was. Or to everyone who really didn't like her, there was this one boy, Caleb. Caleb came from a beautiful family. Caleb went to church. Caleb did charity work in the community, in the church. Caleb helped people. He was an all-around good boy. He was the only one who saw the beauty, the talent, and the soul of Malika. Malika didn't even see this, but Caleb saw it. Her and Caleb are friends. She's crushing on Caleb. That's her boo. But John John, again, the John John, he's getting on Caleb now. You staying with her. She ugly. You dumb. Blah, 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 blah. Caleb used to have her back in the beginning, but I guess the pressure, being a preteen, was on Caleb. So eventually Caleb scooted, left her alone on the bus to get bullied some more, to get teased and picked at some more by who? John John. But she knows, Malika knows exactly who her friends are, who they aren't. But being that age, you are not mature enough to make those decisions, to get up, walk away. Don't go back, cut them off, like let them go. Stop talking to them. But when I say dumb, I mean Shar, because remember Shar gives her clothes. Shar gives her jewelry. She gives her shoes. Everything to make Malika feel pretty, Shar gives her. Now, Shar is two-faced though. She real nasty. She's one of those girls that know they're cute, think they're cute. You can't tell them nothing. And they'll put you down to make themselves feel better. We all have come across one of those a time or two. I'm still eating, but I should be done soon. I'm almost done. But like I was saying with Shar. So Shar, she gives Malika's clothes that she doesn't want anymore. But at the same time, she embarrasses Malika. Because in front of people, she'll say, give me back that denim dress I gave you. That's my dress you have on. Take off that blue skirt and that yellow top because it's mine. I gave it to you and I want it back. So what does Malika do? She has no choice. She's embarrassed. But this is your friend. These are girls that you cut class with. And you have Ray's and Raina who's like, yeah, Shar, take back your stuff. They're twins. Dumb and Dumber. Twins. Take back your stuff. Take back your stuff. She ugly anyway. We don't need to be around her. She ugly. Really? So what Malika does to stay in good graces with Shar and the twins, she says, you know what? For now on, I'm going to do your homework. I'll make sure you pass your classes. I'll make sure you have no more zeros. You get no more failing grades. Because I'm the smart one out of this group. We cut class. You smoke. You tag up the bathroom walls. You cheat on girls. Your friends, Shar's friends, she takes their boyfriends. And then the girls think that it's Malika who's taking their boyfriends. Shar lets Malika get beat up. These are the things that are happening in the book, right? Shar gets beat up. Malika gets beat up. Shar stands there, lets Malika get beat up for Shar's actions. Not something that Malika did. Does she help her? Does she jump in? No. This is the kind of friends. And even though these are preteens, these things happen in adulthood. They happen in high school, college, and on. How many times has a friend of yours allowed someone else to speak bad on you, your name, something that you have or haven't done, and that person didn't stand up for you, didn't correct the person? Like, it happens. It really does. I work with grown adults that are my parents, my mom's age and older. I'm still seeing it. Like, how old are you guys? Now, so many things are happening. In the midst of her being bullied and teased by John, Shar, and the twins, who's supposed to be her friends, Malika really doesn't have anyone. She can't talk to her mom because her mom is tapped out. Still going through, still depressed, still sad. Only one she has is Caleb, and that relationship now is strained. She doesn't trust anyone. She's often doubting herself, looking at herself like, why does she have to be so dark? Or does her lips look like that? She's imagining herself being rich, being beautiful, being accepted. So a new teacher pops up in their school, Miss Saunders. Miss Saunders has her own issues as well. Miss Saunders has vitiligo, you know, the skin disease. Well, is it? I'm not gonna say disease. I'm gonna say pigmentation, where, you know, some parts of her face are light, some parts are dark. Now, Miss Saunders comes from the corporate world. She goes inside this school to teach students, and her background is rich, famous, corporate world. You guys know, us educators, the school system, we don't make much money. But Miss Saunders left the corporate world making good money, wearing suits every day. She got her pumps, her designer outfits, her designer bags. Miss Saunders is tall herself. She struggled as well because of her skin. People always teased her, even in the workplace. She's an adult, remember. She's a teacher, she's an adult. She's dealing with her skin pigmentation, people laughing, talking about her back, staring her down. So she sees potential in Malika. So she's saying to Malika, you know, look, you're a great writer. You write very well. I want you to start journaling, and I want you to start reading and responding to these stories that they're reading in class. No one likes Miss Saunders because she's a tough one. She's holding them accountable, right? Shaw, she thinks she's cute. She's bullied all the teachers for the past couple of years. And the crazy thing about Shaw, remember, she's the popular one. She's the cute one. She keeps parties. Her sister raises her since they have no parents. Shaw been left back 3 times in 7th grade. 3, not 1, not 2, but 3 times. So she should be aged out of middle school. But you got the nerve to be talking about somebody, snatching clothes off of people's back that you've given to them. Shaw doesn't like Miss Saunders because Miss Saunders kicks them out the bathroom when they're cutting, runs them to class when they're in the hallway, just talking and doing nothing. Pause. Can you guys hear the nasal? Like, I'm a bit nasal now because of the pepper in the sauce. It's like, you know, when you're eating something hot, it like does something to your nostrils. I forgot exactly what you call it, but that's what I'm experiencing now. But it's still good. It's still tasty. It's not hurting my stomach. It's still buttery. And the sauce is still warm. It's been a while that I've taken it straight out the pot. I'm sitting in my kitchen. Straight out the pot, and it's still nice and warm. But anyway, back to the book. So here Shar is, well, Shar, yes, being held back, but she's the biggest bully in the school. How you the bully, yo? How you bullying people and you dumb? I don't even want to call her dumb, but you're dumb. You're failing, and you failed 4 times over. You're still in 7th grade. You should be going on your senior year in high school, and you're still in 7th grade, homie. So Miss Saunders, she's on their neck. She's like, look, you don't come to class, you don't do your work, you don't do this, you don't do that. Detention. Remember, Malika does Shaw's homework. Shaw's a great writer. So many things are going on. John is still teasing Malika. They're reading this book in class with Miss Saunders, and John one day confesses, and he's like, yo, the reason why I don't like you, this was after a breakdown. Let me back up a little bit. So Malika has this breakdown like, oh, why do you do this to me? Why do you talk about me? Just leave me alone. She's frustrated. She's always being talked about. She's always being teased. She got beat up. She got jumped. She's getting talked about by her friends that she cuts classes with. These friends supposed to be her girls. They talk about her in her face as if she's not standing there. So John is like, yo, you think you better than us? Like, you think you better than me because you smart? You think you better than me? Like, you don't talk to me. So on the low, I'm like, yo. So John, you checking for her? So I'm reading a book. My hands are a bit slippery. You know, the sauce is burnt. Leaving a book like, John, really? So you checking for Malika, but you don't know how to say it because you want to be that dude, that double name dude. Like, you want to be John. You want to be cute. You want to draw attention to yourself. Let people laugh at you. So John, low key, is in his feelings. He's really in his feelings. So Malika's like, yeah, see, I told y'all. Malika's like, wait, okay, you know, maybe there was a few times when I did act a little, you know, but you still made that song up about me on the bus and caused Caleb, to dip. And her and Caleb's relationship hasn't been the same since. So, remember, Malika is struggling with so much. She's struggling with her self-esteem, her skin, her personality. Where does she fit in? Sometimes she wants to give up on Shaw and the twins, but then she's like, if I stop checking for them, if I stop doing her homework, I'm not going to get clothes, I'm not going to get jewelry, I'm not going to be able to dab in her makeup. So fast forward, remember, no one likes Miss Saunders. She's a new teacher. She don't play. She's strict. She's this. She's that. So one day, Malika rolls up and she hears Miss Saunders talking to Miss Ty. Miss Ty is another teacher in the building. And she's like, look, you know, I struggle with my skin. People's always doing this, saying that about me. You know, I came here, you know, to try to make a difference. Like all educators, we think we can make a difference. I mean, we do, but yeah. So she's giving her story like, listen, I had to fight all my life. I had to fight. Like, I had to fight for my positions. I had to fight to let them know, like, I'm just as good as you, being a black woman, a young black woman, educated black. Like, I had to fight. And she's tired of fighting. She's like having this mini meltdown to her coworker, her friend. And who's watching in the background? Malika. So eventually, Miss Saunders sees Malika in the background, and she's like, wow, she's feeling crazy, because she's like, yo, these kids, now she's going to take it back to the kids. The kids are going to be talking about her. She's going to have to defend herself, explain herself. But Malika being able to connect, because they both are dealing with self-esteem, acceptance, personal issues. Malika's like, yo, I dealt with the same thing. You know, fast forward a little bit. She's like, you're not the only one with problems, yo. Like, you're an adult. I don't feel you belong here, because Malika really is not checking for Miss Saunders either. Because she's like, yo, she's on my neck. But Miss Saunders sees so much potential in Malika. She's like, listen, you're a great writer. I want you to focus your attention, because what Miss Saunders is trying to do in the book, she's trying to separate Malika from Shaw and the twins, because she knows they're nothing but trouble. She knows this. So she puts Malika on detention. Malika's working in the office. Shaw, Raina, Ray's are like, oh, we need our homework. So eventually Malika, she's falling back a little bit. She's like, nah, y'all ain't really checking for me like that. Y'all letting me get beat up out here in these streets. Y'all letting people talk about me. I'm missing my babe, Caleb. Like, he not even checking for me on the level like he used to. So Malika, she's going through these emotions like, should I check for them? Should I not? I mean, and even as an adult, we have those friends sometimes that it's like, you with me or what? Like, it's either I'm calling you, you ain't calling me back, or I'm asking you to do me a favor, you can't, but you all over the place, and like, what? Like, I don't know. We've all been through that. I don't care how young we are, how old we are. Everybody done been through a situation where we had to question our friendship or our loyalty from a friend, or a friend's loyalty to us, whatever it may be. And sometimes we're not the best that we can be either. We slack off. No one is perfect. No one. So of course, throughout the book, I'm like, yo, Malika, you dumb? Like, yo, where your mom at? Your mom's so busy sewing and everything. She not seeing that people taking advantage of you. She not seeing that you struggling with your identity, with your skin, with the way you look, with the way you dress. Like, yo, what's up? Like, whatever happened? Where's your friend? The one who went to the private school? She's the better friend. That's who you need to be with. But no, you want to be with these jerks over here Shaw and the twins who's talking about you, who's taking things back that they already gave you. Like, why? And the two books connect. Same with Steve. Like, you come from a good family, but you idolizing these dudes that's trying to set up this lineup real quick. About to have you doing football numbers up north. Now you got Malika, you smart, you educated, like, you run tracks, like, you will run around Shaw and the twins because they don't know nothing. All they know is how to get cute, how to smoke in the bathroom, how to tag up the bathroom walls. That's all they know. Like, what are you doing? I'm really talking to her in the book, like, yo, you're dumb. So many times I wanted to put the book down, like, this girl is blowing mine, like, for real. But it is what it is. So all of the cutting, all of the disrespect, because Shaw, she disrespects Miss Saunders. She talks about Miss Saunders. So no one violates Shaw. Remember, she did 7th grade 3-4 times over. So the whole building is scared of her. The principal is scared of her. The teachers. She's done other teachers dirty. But Miss Saunders is like, yo, I'm with it. Miss Saunders is with it all. Right? So Shaw is like, listen, I got my sister. Don't let my sister Juju come up here because my sister will curse you out. And if you call my sister to tell on me, it's over for you. I got something for you. So what happens, fast forward, Miss Saunders calls Juju, who's Shaw's sister, her legal guardian, up to the school. So Juju comes in, I want to talk to the teacher. I want to talk to Miss Saunders. She not fit to be here. She don't even know me. She don't know what I'm about. She don't know what type of time I'm on. She does all the dramatics, right? So Miss Saunders, again, she's from the corporate world, but she's with it. She wants all the smoke. So she's like, listen, your sister, she hasn't done homework. She's getting 0. She's not passing. It is what it is. And that's on that. What are you going to do? So, of course, when she pulls out her receipts and her grade book, and she's like, look. She ain't do this. She ain't do that. She ain't do that. She ain't do that. Juju was like, oh, she can't get left back again. She's been left back 3-4 times. Oh, my sister better graduate. Da, 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 da. So, of course, word gets back to who? Shaw. Shaw is upset. So she rounds up her girls. She's like, yo, Malika is going down today. Miss Saunders is going to get hers, and she's going to get hers good. The twins is like, yeah, she got to get it. She got to get it. So what do? They come up with this dumb old scheme. Oh, we going to burn up her classroom. Because remember, Saunders is from the corporate world. Everything about her is expensive, designer. She cute. She coming in school with her pumps and her bag. She got on her suit, her blazer, some nice slacks. She looking cute every day. Her makeup, the face is beat to the guards, all that. Right? So Miss Saunders, she see the school is kind of trash, low-key trash. So she want to put up nice curtains. She put some nice throw pillows and everything around the classroom, setting it up. So what these little silly girls do, they go into school, sneak into school. Malika don't really want to do it because even though she's not really checking for Miss Saunders, she's built this connection with her. Why? Because they're both going through the same thing. Being accepted, being loved, being recognized, being acknowledged, and having true people really love on them. With that being said, Malika's, she really not with it. She's like, nah, like, I really don't want to do this. Right before this incident, her and Caleb, like, Caleb is like, look, I'm sorry. He forgives her. He's like, well, he's asking her for forgiveness. He's like, look, I know I shouldn't have been there, but the reason why I left you hanging like that on the bus is because, you know, I felt if I left you alone, they would have, John and everybody else will leave you alone too. So she's like, yeah, but you hurt me. Like, how you do me like that? You supposed to be bad. Like, I'm checking for you. You was checking for me. You was the only one. Like, we was right there with each other, whatever. However, things are starting to look up. Even though she really don't like Miss Saunders, remember they had that connection when they had to talk, and she's telling Miss Saunders, like, yo, you ain't the only one with problems. You an adult. I'm a preteen, but I feel you. I'm going through the same thing. Like, you're going to be all right. Now, Caleb is back in the picture. They vibing again. They, you know, trying to talk or whatever. Then you have the writing contest. Remember, she's a good writer. So she submitted her writing to the library, and there's a contest for $100. So things are looking up. And remember, I told you she started falling back a little bit from them. She's like not really giving in their homework like it should be. And the twins are upset, like, oh, she ugly, she don't need to hang with us anyway. But here they are. Now they're in the school. Wrong place, wrong time for the wrong reason. So they in the classroom, Miss Saunders' classroom. Remember, she hooked it up. She got the curtains. She got the throw pillows. She got all this cute extra stuff because she got money like that. So she's like, yo, you know what? I'm going to hook my classroom up. I'm going to make the kids feel comfortable. They go in there with the intention to set the place on fire. They see the security guard, custodian, whoever he is. He's in there. But Shaw is like, yo, this is what we about to do. She's setting curtains on fire. She ripping up books. Her and the twins, they tearing up the pillows. They knifing the pillows. They just poking it up, pulling out all the cotton. They trashing the room. Like really wild, crazy, doing the room dirty. All her belongings dirty. Whole time Malika sitting there. She looking around like, oh my God, everything is going through her head. Like, no, I should stop them. I gotta run. I gotta leave. But does she? No. Still standing there looking dumb. And I'm talking to her like, yo, if you don't leave, yo, you dumb. Like, you got this contest. You and Taylor about to get back together. You and Miss Saunders, y'all like trying to work it out, trying to mend, you know, trying to come to common ground. Leave. Like, flag down the custodian, the security guard, like, yo. So, you know, Shaw, she see her all tensed and tightened up in the corner looking shook. Shaw like, nah, you got to get some of this too. You better set something on fire, tear something apart, because we in this together. So she like, oh, what should I do? I don't like a dummy. So she going in the drawer, Miss Saunders' drawer. She throwing out money and all this stuff. So she see an expensive watch in the drawer. So she's like, oh, let me push this back in the drawer. Push it back in the drawer. They hear the security custodian come in. What happens? Remember, the title, we're talking about friends. They're supposed to be friends. Malika does her homework. She lies for her. She takes up for her, whatever. Shaw gives Malika the leftover clothes that she don't like, she don't want, and the twins is just like, they there like, yeah, we here with it. What happens? Shaw is like, oh, somebody coming, let's go. Shaw and the twins, the three of them, they dip. They out. Malika, now, just like the devil know what you like, comes to tempt you, will hang it in your face like, oh, you like these clothes, you like this, you want this jewelry, you like this. So Sean brings a bag of clothes and holds it in Malika's face like, oh, you ain't getting these clothes if you don't tear this room up with us. So Malika, in the midst of her torn in between tearing up the room, doing the right thing, and walking away or calling for help, she sees her friends running and leaving her. What is she thinking about? What do you think she's thinking about? This child thinking about clothes. Instead of her dipping, like, oh, I'm out. She's like, oh no, I want this sweater, I want this dress. She's grabbing a bag, clothes is falling out. security coming. The girls are long gone. The twins, Shaw, they out. Malika's stupid self still picking up clothes that Shaw done gave her to trash the room. So now she get caught, of course, just like Steve. Get caught like a dummy. And she's like, she heads home, hiding from her mother, sneaking in the house, whatever. So of course she get caught. Of course, they got cameras. Shaw snitch, the twin snitch. Like, they supposed to be friends, but they letting them know, like, oh, Malika did that. So now, Miss Saunders pops up at the crib, like, yo, I heard you did that. But at the same time, I know you ain't do it by yourself. I know you was influenced, and I know you had some help. So who you did it with? Who helped you? Who influenced you? This girl, after she done got beat, jumped, lost her boyfriend in the midst, John bothering her, and I forgot to mention, sexually assaulted also in the book. Oh, and she's saving lives in the book also. Yeah, Malika saving lives. So remember, John didn't like her. John gets beat up one day while walking to the store. This was after the whole fire, them setting the fire to the classroom, whatever. Malika mom's was like, yo, you gotta go to the store. En route to the store, she bumps into John. Some dudes run up on John. They get it in. John getting beat up. Malika think he dead because they done knocked him out. What fear? You know what they say, you fight, flight. So she gets to fighting after, she freezes up, because they say you freeze, fear, you flight. So you can either tense up in a moment where it's trouble, it's something going on, you defend yourself by fighting, or you take flight. Freeze, fight, or flight. So eventually, after, the whole frozen moment, she gets to getting it in with some of the guys. Lo and behold, Caleb and some other, elders in the community, they come to help her out. She got a little scratches and bruises too. So now, again, Miss Saunders is pressing her to get back to school one day. But before she gets back to school, though, her mom was like, look, you got to fix this. You got to fix it. Remember, she entered her contest and her writing in the library contest. Malika gets a card in the mail telling her, congratulations, you won. She wins the $100. So she's like, oh my gosh, she's crying, she's depressed, she's stressed, because now she's torn between snitching or taking everything, take the L. She's going to get in trouble. She's going to get suspended, expelled from school. All of this stuff is going on in her head. And she's like, look, if I tell and say Shaw and the twins, we all did it, I won't get clothes. Like, clothes? Like, yo, are you dumb? Like, what's wrong with you, little girl? Like, where your mom's at? Where the homies at? Where your aunties? Where the neighbors at? Ain't nobody is like, you worried about clothes? Clothes? When these girls were doing you dirty from the gate, these are not your A1s. They're fake friends. You got to cut them where they stand. I'm all in the book, like, I can't. People can't be this dumb. But this is everyday stuff, people. This is everyday stuff. So let me wrap this up, because this is a lengthy one. The food is good, and it's late. It's pushing 11 p.m. and I'm at the light. I ain't got to get up in the morning, but this food is hitting, slapping. Anyway, long story short, they get back to school. Miss Saunders is at it again. Remember, Miss Saunders is with it. She ain't scared of them at all. So she got Malika here, Shaw here. So she's like, who did what and why? So Shaw's like, oh, you better not tell on me. All I do for you, I gave you my clothes, my shoes, my jewelry, my this, my that. I'll bring you to my house during the parties. Like, you better not say nothing. So Malika's sitting there crying and rocking back and forth like a dummy. Crying and like an old dummy. So all Malika had to do was just sit there and be quiet because Shaw giving it up for herself. She's like, oh, you better not tell her I did that, all I did for you, da da da. You're giving yourself up. You're throwing yourself under the bus. Like, girl, are you listening to yourself? But Miss Saunders is still at it. Like, who did what? And what did you do? And what did she do? And what did, why? Eventually, finally, Malika, she just burst. Oh, I thought you was my friend, and my name is not ugly, and my name is not dummy. My name is Malika. Say my name. And I am Malika, and this is the skin that I am in. The title, Skin I'm In. She finally admits, like, yes, I'm dark. Yes, I have big lips. Yes, I'm skinny. I might not be attractive and has as many friends as you, but this is who I am, and I can't help it. I can't fight it, and I love myself, and I'm going to accept myself. Accept me for me. In the very end, she's still begging for friendships. She's still looking for that moment of acceptance. She's torn still, even in the moment of revelation and the moment of truth, she's still like, oh, should I not? She finally gets there, and she's like, listen, this is who I am. Take it or leave it. It is what it is. Now, Shaw, what happened to her? Because the truth came out, it was all her idea. Malika just followed suit. And I felt for Miss Saunders, because I'm like, yo, you could have been making way more money at your corporate job, and you come to the middle school in the community to help these nappy head kids who don't respect nothing and don't value what you bring in to their school to make their school a little better and, put a little flavor on their education, on their curriculum. I felt sorry for her. But I know if I was Miss Saunders as an educator and as a teacher, I'm not with it. Like, I'm not about to argue with no little girl, with no kids, no preteens about who did what to my room. You getting suspended. Your parents are going to have to figure out how to get you to the suspension site. Because nowadays, when you suspended, you have to go to another school. So, your parents are going to be stressed out. How they going to get you to school on the other side? Because you can't be in your regular school when you're suspended. Right? It's not like back in the days when we used to get suspended. Everything has changed up here in New York City. So, that being said, it is what it is. So, question of the day. Word of the day was friends. That F word. Question of the day. What wouldn't you do for friendship? Remember, Steve, he's about to do a whole bid over nothing. Right? Now you have this girl here, Malika. She was letting people bully her, talk about her, do her dirty. She's saving lives. She's saving grades. And they're still doing her dirty. What wouldn't you do? Or better yet, name something. This is it. Scratch that question. Name something that you've done outrageous for a friend. Like something that could have cost you your job, your freedom. I don't know. Maybe your life, your health. I don't know. Something crazy that you did for a friend. All right, for me, I don't know. This is just something off the top of my head that I could think of right now. I'm sure there was something probably far worse, but between lying to some of my friends, husband, at the time, fiancés or boyfriends, baby fathers. But then, one time at work, one of my coworkers was like, yo, sign me in. Me? Oh, we cool. I love her dearly. Sign you in. Now, I ain't gonna hold you. If she was looking for parking, because you know, out here in the city, parking is horrible. So if she was looking for parking, I would have did it. I would have, you know, tapped her time card real quick. Because I would have easily said she was downstairs looking for parking. But she was still in her house. I'm not doing that. I'm not. I ain't doing that. And she used to be mad, like, oh, come on, T, you could have did that. Like, what's the word? Like, nah, I'm not doing that. Because I take care of me and me only. I can't ask you to look out for me if I would have got suspended without pay. I couldn't do that because you married, you got kids. I couldn't do that. And even if I could have, I wouldn't have felt right doing it. Right? So, drop down in the comments and let me know something wild that you have done for a friend. Something you ain't had no business doing, but you did anyway for a friend. Right? And while you at it, we'll go check out or go purchase this butter sauce because as you can see, I'm basically done. I got one more egg that I'm about to eat. Like I said, oh, it's after 11 now. I got to clean up, shower, get ready for work tomorrow. But anyway, thank you for watching. Please remember, like I said in the last video, you gotta comment. Like, you guys gotta comment. I appreciate the likes and everything, and I appreciate y'all telling me like, oh, I watched your video or I like this, but I'd rather you tell me in the comments. Don't be scared. No one's gonna come out of the comments and bite you and grab your hand and all that extra stuff. But anyway, tell a friend to tell a friend. You know what it is. Until the next video,